I want to take you inside a healing session that I will never forget. Not because of what was said, but because of what was released. It's the kind of session that it just gives me chills when I think about it. And I have guided over all the years, I have guided hundreds of client sessions. And I'm sharing it with you today because I want you to know that no matter what you've been through, it's possible to shift without having to relive it. I have worked with clients that have had some, they've been through some horrible things, like some of the worst things you could possibly imagine. And most of my clients, remain anonymous for a reason, confidentiality. So we're going to call this client Sarah. She came to the session carrying years of emotional weight. She had gone through so many different modalities, some you know of, probably some you might not have even ever heard of. She didn't tell me what it was because she didn't have to. And that's one of the beautiful things. But her body language said enough. Her shoulders were hunched forward, hands fidgeting. I could feel the resistance, that tight energy, almost like she was holding her breath, just the heaviness. She just appeared to be just weighted down and heavy. And she told me she didn't even know where to start or, if she even wanted to do this. She really didn't believe that after all she had tried, this wouldn't help her either. She just wanted to feel lighter. So here's the thing. In transformative art healing, you don't need to tell the story for the healing to happen. You don't have to know like the root cause or the core issue or any of that. That's the beauty of it. There's no re-traumatization. There's no having to find the right words or you don't have to get it right. In fact, the client, everything remains confidential within them. They don't even need to share with their transformative art healing practitioner what they're working on at all. So I guided her to close her eyes, tune into the issue, not the story, just the feeling of it. And we began the transformative art healing. It's a 12-step process. So notice the color, the shape, the texture, where it lived in her body. And this is all during what we call the intro meditation, where we're just kind of gathering information, right? So she drew it, her visual wound, we call it, in silence. And that's another part of the process. It wasn't art, it was pure energy and pure just symbols and stuff that needs to come out, and it's put on paper. So just like one of my TAW graduates, Becky, said, I can finally help people deeply without draining my energy. And I actually feel more energized after sessions now. And Becky has said that, and that's my experience. Like I'm actually have more energy after giving a session than before. So anyway, back to this client. As we moved through the 12-step process, we use EFT tapping, guided meditation, symbolic release. There's physical releases, some somatics that happen. And I could just see the shift, the change happening. Like her shoulders started to drop. her breathing slowed down, her face softened, she lightened up in so many different ways, physically and just, you know, by the end of it, there was this glow. So by the time we got to the second phase, where there's two phases within the process, the creation of her, what we call a yantra, something had shifted entirely. And she was almost like a different person sitting in front of me. And her yantra was filled with colors she said she hadn't used in years, right? They just weren't a part of who she had become. She told me that she felt like she could breathe again. She, like I said, she looked lighter and almost brighter. Like, it's even a challenge to kind of put it into words. So the transformation didn't happen because we analyzed her pain or because I asked her the right questions or prescribed the right, take care of yourself protocol. It happened because we actually moved it out. We moved it out, and then we also replaced it with something that is her highest choice. So in transformative art healing, the belief is that the subconscious speaks through symbols and images, not our native language, which for most of you watching this is English. That's not how our subconscious speaks. So EFT tapping helps to release the emotional charge from the nervous system, clearing out that, old stuck energy. And then we use ritual and creativity to anchor the new energy in place after the client has taken this beautiful journey with something higher than themselves. So this means the shift, it's not just emotional, it's energetic. And once energy moves, life responds. And let's say that again. Once energy moves, good life responds. So a few weeks later, Sarah, we're calling her, sent me a message. And she had finally had a conversation she'd been avoiding for months. And we've all done that, right? She was sleeping through the night again. She felt more present with her family. And here's the best part. Ready for it? She didn't even need to know exactly what she released. She didn't need to know. She just knew she wasn't carrying it anymore. She knew that she was different, that her life was now different. This thing that she had been carrying is gone. And now there's something greater and bigger and more beautiful there that's guiding her. So I want you to imagine this for yourself for just a minute. What's one thing in your life you've been holding on to? Maybe for years. You don't have to think about it, just whatever pops into your mind right now, the first thing that came to mind. What would it feel like to set it down once and for all? Like if you could just set it down on the curb and walk away from it once and for all. What could open up for you if you weren't carrying that anymore? So I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose and just imagine what that would feel like to just walk away once and for all. So if my client called Sarah's Story spoke to you and you want to see what's possible for your own healing, then the next video is definitely going to be watch-worthy for you. So what if the healing tools you love are keeping you stuck? We'll talk about how sometimes those tools that got you here can't take you any further. Maybe they worked for a time, right? Everything serves a purpose, and you're always in the right place at the right time for the most part. So if you're ready to feel a shift like my client called Sarah, you can watch my free masterclass from Stuck to Shifted. The link is below. You'll see real life before and after visuals from Transformative Art Healing sessions, and you'll feel the power of this process for yourself. Like, it's not a full session, but there's a transformative art healing related activity that you can experience and definitely get an energetic shift. So before you go, please like this video if it resonated, subscribe so you get notified when the next video comes out. I believe this is going to be a series called the Healing Shift series or something like that. And I would love to hear from you. Like, just say hi in the comments below. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then you can let me know what you would love to just leave at the curb and walk away from forever. And remember, you don't have to relive your past to release it. You don't. And I know it's not easy to just say, oh, just release it and walk away. There's a process that can help you. It's fun and easy. It can help you get there. So you are so worthy and amazing, and you're not broken. You never were broken. There's nothing wrong with you. We all have things that life happens. Things happen. We get stuck sometimes, and we just need a way to, we just need someone to come along and help us to get unstuck and be able to leave that, whatever it is, we don't need to know, leave it at the curb, put it out with the trash, and walk away once and for all, and be healthier and happier. And we get to do it in a super fun and easy way.